Opposition Agent creates a unique effect in Magic the Gathering, letting you steal opponents' tutors. Here, we're going to actually add some opposing tutors in the form of Maralen and Scheming Symmetry and get extra steals with our Opposition Agent. It's going to be a blast. All right, welcome back, Vintage Gamers. Wednesday night stream, and it is the monthly Senpai donation deck list. Senpai donated for Opposition Agent Maralen, and we have a lot of the same cards in this final version as was the submitted version. So a big problem with this card is it's legendary. It's a creature. It's cost black. If you don't have another piece like the Opposition Agent, it's very, very poor. So there's a lot of hoops to jump through for this to be playable. So what we're going to do is we're going to trim a little bit on these, and instead of playing 4 of these, we're going to actually play a card we have played on the stream before in Scheming Symmetry. So this is both players get to Imperial Seal. I guess maybe, yeah, both players get to Imperial Seal. Actually works extremely well with Opposition because you get their card right away. So we're going to play Opposition Agent .deck, where we have Opposition Agent in combination with Maralen and Scheming Symmetry. We're going to fit this in a typical blue-black Tinker Shell with Hull Breachers and Wheels and that kind of thing. Anything else interesting in this deck list? Oh, yes, I have fit a nice little Urza Saga target in Codex Shredder. So not only does our Urza Saga can get a thing that fetches something back from our graveyard, it also can mill opponent's top card if we don't have an opposition in play, so that the symmetry is broken. Yeah, should be fun. I think this deck is totally feasible. We're obviously playing a couple weird cards, like maybe 5 weird cards, but you can totally fit 5 weird cards into your Tinker deck and make it work. And hopefully we'll get some nice screenshots of, you know, game 1 opposition agents and symmetries, and it'll be a ton of fun. I've done some similar lists like this in the past with Symmetry and Rogues, not Thieves, Rogues. Yeah. I did place another Maralen in the sideboard for matchups where players can't draw cards. Is good. So we'll bring that in matchups where that makes sense. And then the rest of the sideboard is, you know, 10 cards for Bazaar, 4 cards for Mono White, 3 cards for Combo, and you have your own classic vintage sideboard. It does remind me that someone recommended that I make a video about vintage sideboarding, and I think I will do that at some point. It might have to wait until after Eternal Weekend, but a voice of vintage video about how to build vintage sideboards and what cards are typically there seems like something that would be pretty useful. So something I might do in the future. Let me know in the comments of this video if that sounds like something you would like to see, and I'll see you for round 1. Are you interested in weekly vintage metagame recommendations? Do you want to see your deck list played on my channel? Or maybe you are just looking for the best way to support my vintage content. Make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description below. Let's battle. My stuff is lagging like crazy, but we're here in round 1. Hopefully everything stays alive. But we're good. Let's do it. I don't have a cat. But I do have Ancestral Recall, Lorien Revealed, Urza Saga, Mental Misstep. This is a banger. Okay, so real talk, chat. There is a problem with this deck list. And it's the problem actually with most of these Tinker Saga Hull Breacher decks, is that you actually have way too many 3 costs and not enough fast mana to reliably cast your 3 costs. I had thought about like trimming some symmetries and adding some Ancient Tombs or something, but I felt like that was less fun, so I didn't do it. I'm just going to hit this thing with a misstep because I really don't want them to see my hand. It seems bad for me. Of course, every time you mental misstep a Taxian Probe, your opponent immediately follows it up with Island Ancestral Recall. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Uh-oh. Oops, all spells has been activated. And they have the Mox. It's a doomed outing. It is in fact a doomed outing. Rest in peace, stream. All right. I misstepped my opponent's probe, and immediately they punished me by casting Dark Ritual. All right, let's just make sure my opponent has all the requisite pieces here. They have 4 Narc Amoeba, they have a Dread Return, and they have a Thassa's Oracle. Okay. Urza's Saga not being an island was bad for us. This is true. But it doesn't look like it would have saved us if it was. I think the big thing here is I very much could maybe win this game if I hold my mental misstep, but I don't know. Like, our hand was a lot of very situational cards, and it made some sense to me to play it as I did. But we did, of course, die because of it, so I just don't know why everything is lagging. Why is everything lagging? All right, Leyline of the Void is in. Negation is in. Trap is in. Needle is in. And Lantern is in. We're going to be the control deck in this situation for sure. The one thing we need to worry about is our blue count is suspect. So we need to be careful with how many blue cards we take out of our deck here. All right, so I'm going to take out Codex Shredder and Symmetry. Okay, so I'm going to take out a lot of the stuff that makes our deck fun. My opponent never draws cards. Like, giving my opponent, who is a crazy combo... What is going on with this? Oh, no, chat. I don't like this at all. They changed how the foils look, and now it stands out like crazy. But it still looks better than a white border. Probably. Yikes. That's a big yikes moment. All right, so the problem is my opponent is a better combo deck than we are, so I'm not sure how much symmetries we can play in our deck, really. And my opponent doesn't really draw cards, so... yeah. I mean, I'm sure this looks fine in general. It's just I kind of liked that the foil didn't really stand out much in my deck, because the only reason I'm playing the foil is because it's the only black border available on Magic Online. All right, I need to cut more cards, though. Probably don't need a Yawgmoth's Will. Probably don't need Hull Breachers like crazy. I don't know. I'm just going to trim a bunch of random cards here. So unfortunately, Oops All spells, very similarly to Bazaar, kind of makes your fun, interesting brew not very relevant. You have to basically go all in on countering what your opponent's doing instead of playing your own game. So... are we gonna get baited by the Saga Life again? I think so. It says a Leyline and a Saga on the play puts a very large clock on my opponent, and if they don't put a Belcher in play fast enough, we have a Needle as well. So I think this makes sense to keep. We're gonna have to get used to that little arrow thing too. Mental misstep. Noted. But if my opponent has Black Lotus, Belcher, or, you know, something similar, things could be quite challenging for us. I'm gonna start just turning off things to hopefully fix some of this lag. But it is Magic Online patch day, which could be part of the problem. Yeah, Magic Online is taking up a lot of CPU. All right, so we'll restart after this game and see if that helps. But I just loaded Magic Online, so that's not a good sign. All right, my opponent does, in fact, have the Black Lotus that we theorized may be in their hand. And we have the Leyline, so we are relatively protected, but if my opponent has a Belcher, things get bad. Yeah, we'll have to see. It is patch day, so like I said, things can be a little bit dicey. And currently things look very dicey. I'm going to also switch y'all onto my phone and see how that works for me. This is like probably another wake up call where I probably need to get a new computer, right? Anyone know how to view my own chat on my phone? I haven't had to do this in a long time. Here we go. Cool. All right. This will be a little bit weird for me, but hopefully it'll help. I'm gonna put y'all over here. All right, let's do it. We're doing it live. All right, my opponent does not seem to have a Goblin Charbelcher, which means that this Leyline of the Void is doing God's work. We don't seem to have mana of colors, except for the fact that we just drew a jet. I don't know how many search effects my opponent actually has in their deck. They might have like a Vamp, Mystical, Demonic. This jet really bailed us out because our deck was not currently producing mana, so of colors. All right, well, it doesn't look like my opponent has a tutor. We have draws not covered, but we do have tutors covered, and we're gonna have a huge clock. We're also gonna get a needle and get needle on Charbelcher, which will cover a bunch of bases as well. I technically could double up on Leyline by getting a Soul Guide Lantern. Yeah, that's just the problem with patch day, right? So how big is this thing? It's big enough where not playing my opposition agent is probably correct, right? A problem here is we are giving up our opposition agent, but it's probably fine. Just get the full thing here. I'm just gonna get a needle on Charbelcher. My opponent hasn't had a Charbelcher up until this point, and a Charbelcher costs them 7 mana, right? So isn't it better to get a Soul Guide Lantern? Like if their play is like Chain of Vapor, right? I kind of think so. One, two, three, four, five. All right, so I can actually activate this, get the extra damage in, and play a whole Reacher. All right, so I have double. I'm covered for Chain. I'm just not covered for like Charbelcher plus fast mana or something. I have like infinite damage in play, so I just felt like covering myself from Chain was better than covering myself from Charbelcher in this exact spot. Did you agree, chat? I don't know. That's true, I guess. They could have Dark Ritual. I don't know. If they had a Charbelcher, would they not have cast it earlier, right? I'm not sure. It's definitely close. It's definitely a close call. I wouldn't really be opposed to either way. What's more likely, a Hull Breacher or an opposition agent mattering? I feel like neither matter, right? There's like Ancestral is their only draw spell, and then like maybe DT is their only tutor or something like that. But Hull Breacher is a blue card for Force of Will, which is pretty important. It's kind of awkward because our cards that we have in our deck that are, you know, supposed to be kind of good against the metagame where we're playing opposition agent and Hull Breacher, and they're just not very good against our opponent's deck. So all right, so this hand has a Leyline and a Force. Can't ask for too much more than that. But yeah, like I said earlier, Oops All Spells, not a very popular deck and not a high tier deck. Oops All Spells has the ability to be a vintage tournament winning deck list for what it's worth. It's definitely powerful, but it suffers from the fact that it has like really not very good plan Bs in comparison to other high octane combo decks. Thankfully, you don't face Oops All Spells in too many outings. Probe also draws, but actually, some Oops All Spells lists cut Probe. So, all right, I think our best draw is blue cards so that we'll have Force and Fluster. We of course drew an Underground Sea. While not the worst draw because it's going to get us towards this opposition agent, I am worried about dying on this turn. What's for dinner? Oh, did you see on Twitter? I had a pork burger with like a lemon feta sauce and onions and stuff. All right, so if my opponent has force backup here, this is like a huge problem. This is why I wanted to draw a blue card. Maybe this opposition agent is supposed to be a hull breacher just because it's a blue card. Yeah, so my opponent gets a free pact of negation because they can respond to the trigger on the stack and the upkeep and kill me. Yep. So, like, I'm not saying that this opposition agent would be a hull breacher, but it could have been a hull breacher. 1 and 3. And I'm dead. Sweet. I really, really dislike this. But what am I going to do? I kept Force of Will plus Leyline, and my opponent had Charbelcher plus Pact. I didn't draw a blue card, and we died because of it. Yeah. All right. All right, here we go. Oh, actually, I found I have chat over here, so actually we're fine. I don't need it on my phone. Sick. Um, this seems fine. Has force, whole breacher play, counter magic, plenty of lands. So this is like a very pretty obvious example of the fact that this deck doesn't really feel powerful unless you have Moxen in your opening hand. All right, we're playing against Dredge. So this stream is just going to be complete and utterly destroyed by the vintage format. Why is this grief foil? Yo, like the foils stick out so much now. I came here to show you fun, and I am going to get vintaged instead. I just can't beat anything, right? There's kind of no point in hitting a hollow one. I kind of need to just protect my Twister or something. Yo, what's up, not me? 51 months. So the problem is, even if I just, how am I going to get these things in play and not die beforehand? Like, I can vamp for a Lotus, right? But that doesn't even get me there. I guess a Lotus gets me... I don't even think Vamp Crypt is better than Lotus, is it? Because I can still Vamp for Lotus, play Hull Breacher, and use my Lorien to get my third land. Like, Vamp Crypt doesn't actually help me, right? Because I can just make my third land drop. I guess it doesn't really matter. I have to just wait till the end of this turn anyways. We'll see how much I get killed by this Golgari Grave Troll. It's possible I just need to Vamp Lotus and Twister, right? Like, that's very possible that I just have to do that. They hit a Stinkweed Imp. They hit a Chill. They've got one Amalgam, one Silver Smoke Ghoul. I'm gonna die on board anyways. It's doomed. It's very doomed. The funny part is, we're not really like losing because of our fun cards. Like, if we were to place an Esper Tinker deck in the same exact scenario, we would also just lose, right? I don't know. I do know that if a new player played Vintage and they went into a Vintage League and they faced Oops All spells into Dredge, they would probably just quit the format. ours? I guess they did Serum Powder 20 cards away, but I mean, certain people love Dredge. Wow, they're gonna return 3 Prized Amalgam, 3 Silver Smoke Ghouls. They actually have 7 cards left in their deck. So is there any way we win this game? What if I vamp for Ancestral and like hope that they fuck up? Is that a better play? Is that a better play than to like Twister and try to hit Lotus Vault Key? Do we have Vault Key in our deck actually? Question. We do have Vault Key. So like we could theoretically Twister into Vault Key, right? That also twisters all their forces back in their deck, though they have a couple of them exiled. Yeah. So those are the 2 lines. I mean, those are the 2 lines that chat has seen as well. I don't know. My opponent is not a new vintage player. My opponent is someone who has been on the platform for a long time. Bro, what is going on? Just put the things on the stack. It's you see me auto yielding, right? I'm not crazy, right? The auto yield sign is there. So, did this used to auto pay before? Does it just not auto pay anymore? Oh, I guess if you cast the spell first, it auto pays. I don't know about that. I'm gonna go twisting. I think it's a little bit better than like trying to make. I don't really like playing lines where it's make my opponent make a mistake. That's not really what I'm into. I also think I don't use the land drop in case I hit like Mox plus Tolarian. That actually is probably less likely, right? It's probably better for me to just use the land drop then. I actually think I'm going to use the land drop. Okay, so I'm just have to click more unless I... All right. So I did hit Black Lotus. Unfortunately, my opponent's deck is not a very good one to symmetry scheme here. And I currently don't have a way to live. So does that give me any outs? Is there anything I can get out of my opponent's deck? Not really. How is the queue time in Vintage? Well, we queued up pretty instantly right now, but it is right after a long downtime, so there might be less players. I mean, I guess we just have to cast Lorien Revealed because our other spells don't do anything. And then we're going to get Force of Will. Oh, I'm going to have to get used to... Oh, man. I'm going to have to get used to casting first, huh? I should probably cast first anyways, so... All right. We actually drew 3 cards, but none of them mattered, so... All right, we are once again going to go into a sideboard where we're going to take out all of our fun cards and have to play all anti-dredge cards. Hurrah. All right, Tabernacle, Needle, Soul Guide Lantern, Sphinx, and 4 ley lines. Out go all the fun cards. I mean, maybe we could keep the Marlins if we hit a ley line, but I don't know. I guess we can do that. So I guess we can take out almost all the fun cards and bank on Leyline really hard. Kind of looks like the plan, right? Okay. Oh, that's 61 cards. How'd that happen? Oh, this Citadel's garbage. But yeah, I mean, like I said, downtime just happened, so the queues could be longer than normal. But we hit instant queues, so... Oh, so another problem with queues right now is that I think the card hoarder and mana trader bots are having a hard time with the new update. I should side in Force of Negation to protect against Force of Vigor. You trolling? So if Card Hoarder and Mana Trader's bots are down, then there will be less people in queue as well. I forgot to restart though. That's not good. What do you want me to take out? I mean, what do you want me to put in? I have no playable cards. Oh, my chat is down now too. So Maralen, yeah, I mean, I think it's fine because we're just only gonna play it if we have a ley line in play. I guess it lets them search for vigor, so maybe it's complete garbage too. Yeah, I don't know. All the cards are garbage. Play removal for hollow ones? I don't think so. So this hand has a million counter spells and we'll just lose immediately. So we're gonna mulligan this. This hand has Ancestral and we'll lose immediately. I guess we have a turn 1 Hull Breacher this time, so it's probably worth it. So if I put back Lorien Revealed, I can go land, Soul Ring, Lotus, Breacher on their upkeep, respond with Ancestral. Breacher in response to anything, respond with Ancestral. No, I just put away Soul Ring, then I have Force backup. That's better. What are we doing here? I have no idea. I know nothing about Legacy. I cannot help you. I am useless. I just go into Legacy tournaments and it's vibes only now. All right, we'll see if we can't get a Hull Breacher on a Bazaar activation. Man, what do we do here? Just force it? I mean, it looks fine. Definitely, but I don't know. I think foils are on Magic Online don't really make any sense to me. All right, my opponent's going to force back in response to my force, and then I just play everything, I guess. That's what we're doing here? Kind of weird. Why does it... Oh, chat. It's going to take some getting used to. Now we drew another force. The problem is... these cards aren't good. So if we just, like, play a Hull Breacher now, isn't that better? Just, like, play a Hull Breacher, let them take Merchant Scroll. If I, like, force this, right, pitching Hull Breacher, and then my opponent just never activates Bazaar, what am I doing? But, like, I should just cast the Hull Breacher instead. Oh, my chat. It's cast. All right, declare the spell, then put the mana into the spell, or I will be clicking many times. I mean, 3 damage a turn is definitely something. Watch my opponent have force backup for this, too. Is this my second spell? It's my second spell. No, it's my third spell. So I could have trap. I mean, it auto spends if you declare first. So take that for whatever it is. I don't know. This is what happens when you play on patch day. Yeah. Everything is a nightmare. All right, my opponent took my Force of Will because my other cards are garbage. I can now F6. The first Bizarre activation, which they will eventually have to do, will give me treasure to cast these other spells, though, so that's good. Though I can't get a... I can't get a Ancestral, which is a problem, right? So what can I get? I can get absolutely nothing. My opponent conceded, but I have nothing, right? What does this Merchant Scroll do? Why is this in our deck? We don't have a dig through time. We just go for Mystical Twister then? I guess Mystical Twister's okay, because if they activate Bizarre, we get 2 treasures. So then if we Mystical on our upkeep, we'll have 2 treasures to Twister with. So I guess it's fine. I guess it's okay. I don't know why they conceded. They didn't want to activate their Bizarre into my Hull Breacher. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I mean, I could play a Dismember to answer Hollow One. Seems like not really very strong, but Maralen also doesn't seem amazing. I guess it just stops Dredge straight out, right? So unless they play a removal spell for this, doesn't it just stop Dredge even without a ley line? It's actually better without a ley line, because then they can't just like get a Vigor. Or does Dredge... Because Dredge, you can only replace your draw if you can draw, right? So this seems fine still, actually. They would have to have like Sickening Shoal in their deck. I guess they might. I think our cards are okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, I really think we have to just mulligan to a hand with Leyline, because our deck is just not suited to battle here. This hand is just too slow. It's a totally acceptable hand against a normal player. This hand doesn't have mana. Mulligan. Opponent kept a 7. So this hand has a Twister on turn 2 with a Force if we put back DT Rainforest against their 7-card hand. Is that like even going to be remotely good enough? I guess we technically could put back DT Forest and go Mystical for... sorry, we can put back Twister Force and Mystical Tinker and then go Tinker. That would require my opponent to have absolutely no cards that matter. That doesn't sound very good. We could put back Mystical Forest and go Mana Vault and then hope to draw a mana on the second turn and go DT Tinker. That might be slightly better than going for the Twister line. Yeah, that's probably slightly better. This also still gives us options for twistering if we wanted to. Like we don't have to force for some reason. I can't imagine we're going to win this game with my opponent keeping a 7-card hand, but they didn't put a Dredger in their yard, which is usually a bad sign because it means they have all counter magic, but we'll see. Soul Ring. Okay. Oh my gosh. I guess I must have a lot of muscle memory of making mana first for whatever reason, which is kind of bad. You usually want to cast the spell first for things like Affinity and that kind of thing. So maybe this is an opportunity for me to fix my muscle memory. I guess this is an opportunity for myself to get Force of Vigored and then run into Mindbreak Trap because I played both artifacts out. Yeah, it is, Justin. Good play. Good play, Justin. It's okay. I have a force. My opponent is down to 2 cards in hand. If they activate in upkeep here to get a Dredger in their draw step, that means I gotta go down to 1 card. Okay, I mean, I think we're gonna win this game, which is pretty funny. Because we are... Oh, wait, no, we have to draw a land still. So maybe we're not going to win this game. My opponent milled over... Oh, that is notably bad for us. So next turn, my opponent can Icarid back a Grief and bring back Prize Amalgam. And they drew a hollow one. Awesome. So what do I have left in my deck, chat? Do I have a Tabernacle? Did I put a Tabernacle in this deck? So I could draw Mox Jet or something? I can draw an Urza Saga. Perfect. So my Urza Saga does not help me here because my opponent has 11 power. I go to 4. They bring back a 3/3. They activate Bazaar, find a black card for Icarid. They should have activated an upkeep, right? Why would we wait until now? Doesn't make sense. All right, my opponent found a second Icarid and a Dredger and a black card. So now I guess a Tabernacle is still okay if I were to find like a black Lotus. So a black Lotus. Can I don't know what's better. Maybe it's better to do it this way because I want to use a black mana and a... Like, it's more selective, but it's way more clicks. All right, so... If I get a Yogwill, that gives me a blue and a black mana, right? So then I can go Demonic Tinker. I could just get a Tabernacle here, which puts my opponent on just Icarid, which might just be good enough with a Construct blocker, right? But a Sphinx is just way better, right? Or is it not enough? If I get a... so if I use my 3 mana and get a Yogwill, and then I have 0 mana floating, and I get Underground Sea Black Lotus giving me 7 mana, DT Tinker giving me 2 mana, that gets a Sphinx and a Construct, which blocks 2 things. I take 6, gain 6. So that's got to be better than going tab. Let me just do the math one more time. Yogwill, 0 mana. Lotus C is 4 mana. Mana Vault is 7 mana. DT is 5 mana. Tinker is 3 mana. Or sorry, it's 2 mana, down to 2 mana. And then I activate Saga, and I have Sphinx plus. Can I lose to Chill? Yes, I can lose to Chill. It has to be 2 chills immediately, though. So I think it's fine. 2 mana, 5 mana, 7 mana. Yeah, I think this is fine. All right, let's do it. Yogwill. Sea Lotus. Tap. Black. Demonic. Tinker. Tinker my Vault into a Sphinx and make a Construct. They should just upkeep Dredge and try to hip chills. All right, they hit no chills. This attack makes me lose a construct, but it's a net 0 or 1 life. Sorry. I can block here and here and take 0 and lose a construct. I can block here and here and take 1. They lose an amalgam. If I block here and here, I take 1. They lose an amalgam. And then I lose a construct. And then I gain 6 life back to 9 anyways, so I don't think it matters. I think I'd rather take an amalgam off the board than... Unless they had like a Gataxian, or they'd have to have like a Gataxian probe or something. But they dredged a Shambling Shell. We know they have a Shambling Shell, so this is fine. Okay. All right, we beat Dredge. Hurrah. We're just going to power through here. My opponent is on Lurrus. They have a cat. Our hand is pretty sweet. Let's keep it. I think we're looking at... Oh, it's kind of interesting whether we play this top or not, right? It's probably better to just hold open... No, it's probably better to just play top, hold open, Flusterstorm, and then if I don't have to use Flusterstorm, then just cycle for another blue-black land, in which case I'll have Ancestral with Flusterstorm back up on the next turn, right? Not like my opponent is going to pressure me with their Lurrus deck anyways. So that's fine. I guess I can get Wastelanded. They have a Saga instead. A lot worse for them, not for me. I would very much hated to be Wastelanded here. Just gonna still get more Cs. I already have AC. I don't think it makes sense to not just get more Cs. So now I think we're looking at something like an upkeep Ancestral that will prevent me from getting Spell Pierced or Flusterstormed. And I think puts me in a pretty commanding spot. Like if they do play like some kind of counter into this, then they won't even be able to make a Saga token. I still have Force Fluster. Our hand was very strong in this game. Had an Moxen this time, had an Ancestral Force. Pretty nice one. All right, my opponent played Force of Will, pitching Force of Negation, Storm Count 2. I guess, do I win the Fluster battle if I force here and they fluster back and I fluster every piece and then they pay for 1 and then I pay for 1? So technically I would win the force back. But do I want to lose my force when I could just lose my Flusterstorm? If I Flusterstorm here and they Flusterstorm my Ancestral, then of course I definitely don't get an Ancestral, but then I have Twister with Force backup. I don't really want to just give them a full grip again, though. I kind of want to combine Twister with a Hull Breacher. I think I'll force back pitching Lorien revealed. No, because see, my opponent's going to fluster this Ancestral, and then I'm going to fluster their Fluster, and then I... Oh. All right, well, I didn't think about that one, did I? Okay. Notable. I should have Flusterstormed. All right, well, that's a good lesson learned. But this might also just not matter, right? Yeah, it doesn't look like that card matters very much here. Should just be able to tinker and win then. This card is like, it looks and like sounds really strong, but it's not really vintage strong, you know? Wasteland's kind of nice for them. Wasteland, like I said, a lot better than Saga. Just in general, usually. Black Lotus, Force of Will. So I can just leave Force of Will on top, grab this Black Lotus, and then just tinker the shit out of them. Yeah, I mean... Like, Orcish Bowmaster is cute, but it doesn't stop me from drawing Tinker, right? It's just not the same power level, right? Oh, that's a Time Twister, Justin. We should cast the spell that's good here, and not the spell that's bad here. All right, so I have a Citadel with a top 15 life and a bunch of mana. Can't imagine I can ever lose from here. The minute that this thing only gets what? Ancestral? I guess it gets Mystical. I don't really want Mystical, though. I want Hull Breacher. There we go. Oh, I guess I don't want Hull Breacher. Wait, I have no way of killing this Bowmaster, right? In my entire deck. So I actually have to Vault Key. Am I stupid? I guess I'm stupid, huh? All right, so this cost me 9 life down to 8 life down to 6 life for a key down to 5 life. Symmetry. I mean, I can still just do it, right? All right, I should not have gone Hull Breachering. Lesson learned. All right, Time Vault. Symmetry. Choose 2 target players. I put a key on the top of my library. They can put whatever card they want on the top of their library, and then we kill them. All right, well, lesson learned, Justin. Kind of funny. Okay, yeah, like I said, Hull Breacher does not stop me from drawing Tinker. Does stop me from wheeling them, though. All right, what do we want to do? What do we want? Are there magic cards that we care about in this matchup? Maybe a needle in the Saga Mirror. Maybe a Soul Guide Lantern in the Lurrus matchup. I don't know. Do we want to have a removal spell in our deck? Just play a cut down. Kills Lurrus and the other thing. And then we'll just take out, I don't know, Mystical Merchant. I'm trying to leave in these other cards here so that we can, you know, do the deck donation list justice here. I want to leave in these things, so I'm gonna cut a different card. I don't know. Like, we can play a Dismember, but I don't think it's like a big deal. Like, I don't think Bowmaster is a big deal. Lurrus is like more of a big deal. It's nice to have an answer in my deck though, so I can just like tutor something to kill it and then go for twisties. Let's just take out a... I mean, Opposition should be pretty good in this deck, against this deck, right? They have Fetches, Lorians, Sagas. Maybe we'll just take out a Mana Vault. Got him. Perfect deck building. Submit. All right, we have finally kept in all of our cool stuff. We did win that game with Scheming Symmetry. I would like the chat to recognize the fact that we didn't win that game with Scheming Symmetry. True? True? This hand has a Codex Shredder, a Needle, an Opposition Agent, and Force of Will. It seems like you won with Tinker. Yes, yes, but would that Tinker have been good enough if we didn't have Scheming Symmetry? You can never know. Chat, would you keep this hand? This hand looks like a Snapkeeper Reno. Look how broken this hand is. I die to our own mana crypt. What is the shredder for? Well, you see, it's for milling the top card of my opponent's library. Ha ha! We played around. Shh. Why did they cycle at sorcery speed? Opponent! What if I had a saga that you wanted to kill with on the trigger on the stack? I really needed to opposition agent that. Oh, I guess I drew a land anyways, so maybe it's fine. Oh, they bobbled. All right, fair enough. That is a valid reason. I will allow that reason. That is a good reason. Yeah. No, you are totally right. You are right. All right, so I am going to name Urza's Saga here. Got him. I also have a nice Codex Shredder to mill them, so. Can my opponent really conceivably win versus this start? Think about it. No, you can't change them. They're new and they're annoying. But theoretically, they will help us. Like, if we were to play Astrolabe Pio again, remember how when we played Astrolabe Pio, Magic Online would always use our snow mana? Now Magic Online won't do that, which is nice. Why has my opponent used 4 Mishra's Baubles? Where is my Hull Breacher when my opponent has used 4 Mishra's Baubles? All right, well, I'm going to mill them, see what happens for fun. Got him. Demonic Tutor? Oh, I wanted them to have Demonic Tutor, chat. That's the card I wanted them to have. Oh, no. Not like this. That's the good card. Oh, sad Justin. Ooh, I drew an Urza Saga. It's a shame if something were to happen to it. It's okay. It's okay. Now my opponent won't strip mine it, and I can go get a Sensei's Top, so it's fine. It's totally fine now. No problem. Damn it! How do they have no fetches? No nothing. They don't even put Lurrus in their hand? I'm gonna just hold this opposition agent forever, I think. It's my new plan. Self-mill? Nah, I'm not about that life. I'm gonna keep hitting them with the mills. Keep milling over all my opposition agent targets. Jet. All right, maybe I should not have named Urza Saga with my needle. Yeah, just 4 fetches, 4 Lorians, a Demonic Tutor, an Urza Saga. Got him? Is it time? Is it time? Oh, it's a Bowmaster. I feel like we're going to end up ambush vipering a Bowmaster, huh? I mean, if I didn't have this needle, they would have just strip mined my Saga. I guess I could have named strip mine, but that does not feel right. There's no way they should let this go to fruition, right? They still have to hit this. Like, they can't like just let me get a Sensei's Top. Oh, come on, fetch, baby, fetch. Oh, they didn't fetch, chat. Do I block? Am I supposed to block? It's not even that good. All right, I'll just take it. Maybe I should be milling myself for my 1 Yogwill. It just doesn't see. I mean, I also have this, I guess. Oh, Wasteland. This thing can totally return. I could return the Urza Saga from my yard to play. No, I mean, patience isn't that good, right? Because I have a mana crypt. Gonna die. I have drawn mana on every turn of this game, which is not ideal. Brainstorm. You got it. Right into my Hull Breacher, huh? You don't give a shit. I respect that. There is absolutely zero world where I ever cast a freaking Brainstorm here. There's just no shot. Just hold it. Isn't this just like an easy way to instantly lose the game? Like maybe they have multiple pieces of interaction and they're not worried about a whole breacher in the slightest. That I can't know that. But this just feels like a way you instantly lose against. I would presume that I was on Hull Breachers because you saw Hull Breacher in game one, and then after seeing Symmetry and Shredder, maybe you can think about opposition agents. Fetch, is it time? No, they don't give a shit. So they just brainstorm and drew the card. Notable. All right, it's time, chat. Get in there. I have a hard cast Forcible if I want one. Well, I think. I don't know. Maybe try winning the game. Not a bad idea. Island Cycle in response. Oh, I got an Oppo? I got an Oppo, chat. Ooh, I get to look at their deck. Why can't I have... Why don't I deserve a Hull Breacher? Like, you know, as a treat? All right, I will take this Underground Sea from your deck. You have any meaningful cards? They have Time Vault and a Key, Repeal. Wait, they have no way to kill any of my creatures? They didn't bring in any Fatal Pushes? If I were to resolve a Hull Breacher versus my opponent's configuration, they would just never... All right, so they have one Repeal that deals with the Needle. And that's it. Cool. Awesome. Sick. All right, so my opponent cycled, so they have a land drop. They use the thing. I gotta cross this out. All right, so now they can play all their things in Treasure Cruise, and they have Flusterstorm backup. Wait, they don't have Flusterstorm backup, do they? 3, 4, I can just pay. They don't have enough to Flusterstorm backup, right? Am I wrong? 3, 4. I don't think I'm counting this wrong, right? They get my Lotus, but... I also Codex Shredder them into Treasure Cruise this game, by the way. Yes, they can play 2 Bowmasters to kill my Hull Breacher. That is a true statement. Valid. Black Lotus kind of broken Magic card, huh? Yeah, maybe Codex Shreddering my opponent, not the strongest line. Maybe, just maybe, not the strongest line. All right, so my opponent has decided to spend a Flusterstorm to kill my Black Lotus. You got it. I will allow it. I also just brickwalled their attack by playing something with 2 toughness. I guess they can buy a Lurrus at some point here and start making my life hard. The problem with us milling ourselves is we only have 1 Yogwill. All right, whatever, I'll do it. I milled a Twister. That's really good. I am happy that we milled a Twister. All right, Tails never... Jesus, I'm at 9. Saga Gaming? Oh, not like this, chat. I guess they have a Wasteland in their hand, so it doesn't really help us. Nothing helps us. I guess I make them Wasteland it? I don't know. All right, well, my opponent's hand is Wasteland, Fluster, Unknown. They don't have that many good draws in their whole deck. But I am also just dying to my Mana Crypt. Wasteland. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What they? This is by Lurrus. I just need a Hull Breacher, right? Because then I can Hull Breacher their bobble thing, and everyone will be happy, right? All right, I can buy back my Urza Saga this turn with my Codex Shredder. Is that a valid play? It doesn't seem like a valid play. Feel like I should just mill myself. Brainstorm. Okay. Mana Crypt. Won the flip. Draw for why? Why? I have like 2 draw spells in my entire deck, man. I. This sucks. All right. I've drawn like 3 of my 3 draw spells. Why are we doing this? Yeah, that's just called tactical milling. All right, so my opponent can go Lurrus Bobble here, which is notably bad for me. I'm going to ask them, should I mill it? See how that goes. They drew Time Walk? Bro, my opponent's so much better than me, though, chat. Like, real talk, real talk, real talk. I didn't say Urza Saga was good. I got it needled. I was in the future when I made this needle. If my opponent attacks with Lurrus, I'm just like snapping off a trade, right? Wait. If my opponent attacks with everything, I can block the Bowmaster, and then in the little window, little timing window. Right. My Saga was not. I mean, my Saga does get me like Key and Sensei Stop. It's not terrible. All right, my opponent did not decide to attack with Bowmaster, replay Bowmaster. Isn't that like kind of good play though, right? Like attack with Bowmaster, replay Bowmaster lets you kill the opposition agent, right? Am I crazy? Like, don't they want to pressure my life total? Maybe they don't care. What's it like to not care? All right, I guess I mill myself. Soul Guide Lantern. It's fine. That card wasn't that good anyways. I lost another crypt flip. I drew a Flusterstorm for fun. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can buy this lantern back and activate it. I'm just never winning this game, right? Like I'm just 100% doomed. I should just time twister and see what happens. What happens is I die, for anyone not keeping track at home. I know my opponent has a Flusterstorm in hand. Is there like any way I can win this game by Ancestraling? Like I Ancestral, I take 3, or maybe I take 2. But I can win this game theoretically by casting Ancestral, right? Not really, because they have a Flusterstorm. They have their own Flusterstorm, so I mean, I guess if they don't attack me again, I don't know. It's super doomed. I feel like it's super doomed. Our top decks have just not been it. I thought we were winning the game after we forced our opponents. My opponent wastelanded their Saga. So that they can, what, keep the card on top? What are we wastelanding my opponent? Why are they wastelanding Saga? What am I missing, chat? Oh, so I don't search? Does that matter? It just gets me a key. I guess. I guess I don't search with opposition agent. I don't really think that's a good play, though. Like, they know their whole deck. The only things I can get are Black Lotus and Key. I don't know about that play. Lotus is insane. Is it? Like, what does Lotus do for me? All right, so now my opponent is attacking with this Bowmaster. So now I can wait until they recast Bowmaster to cast this Ancestral Recall. Ancestral Recall, target myself. I mean, I can pay for Fluster. It's different circumstance. They drew Mental Misstep, which is why they went for this line. So now they fluster back on my Ancestral. I can't pay, but it does open me up to top decks, so I think it's fine. All right, well, I have some top decks here, for sure. This just all go on my... Well, hold on. Wait, what? Pay for this. Why did they do that? I just pay for the first 4 here. All they had to do was put all of their flusters on my Ancestral. I die to Bowman if I cast Ancestral? Sure, that's fine. If they have a second Bowman, I die. That's okay. Sometimes it's okay to die. My opponent just gave me an Ancestral here, right? Am I crazy? Like, my opponent just... They did not have... All right, whatever. Force Scheming Symmetry. Well... This Scheming Symmetry would have been really good if my opposition agent wasn't dying here. Come on, man. This Pearl needed to be a blue card, probably. I just put a DT in my yard. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Okay. So I'm dead. Wait, I have 5 mana. I can use my Shredder and get a DT, and then I die. I'm a mana short of using my Shredder, getting an opposition agent, and blocking. I guess I could Ancestral. So I could activate my Shredder, get Ancestral, get Symmetry for a Tolarian Academy, Ancestral myself for Tolarian Academy +1, which would give me Tolarian Academy +2, which would give me 6 mana key if I just top deck Vault. Using Shredder and not using Shredder are almost exactly the same thing. It's not really a big, it's just variance. It's not really worth worrying about at all. All right, so I'm going to return the Ancestral to my hand. I'm going to Symmetry for Tolarian Academy. And then I'm going to try to Ancestral into exactly Time Vault. Or Tinker. We have 2 draws for Time Vault and Tinker. Why do we draw in that order? It's so weird. We drew Probe, which technically is a redraw. But it means we can only draw Tinker. Sorry, we can only draw Time Vault now. We didn't hit there. All right, not bad. I mean, I think we have like a lot of Ancestrals that win us the game there. And unfortunately, the Ancestral that we hit, just not this Ancestral, the first Ancestral was just not good enough. We just top decked not well enough to win this game, right? Though I guess our opponent should never have given us an Ancestral anyways. There were some problems there for sure. Now we get to go to a game 3 where my opponent is most certainly bringing in extra counter removal spells. All right, we'll just run it back. Do I have a better shot of getting 4 mana off of 2 draws or 1 Time Vault off of 2 draws? It's Time Vault because there's a Black Lotus already in my yard and Mana Vault is out of my deck. So I had to I had to put Tolarian Academy on top and hit one of my other parts. This hand has Urza Saga and 5 uncastable cards because I have an Urza Saga. Yep. All right, this is a plan. Have to get a wastelandable land here, unfortunately, but MTG bot's probably down because of the update. Well, if I had hit a Tinker, I wouldn't have to win a crit flip, but man, I feel like I need to draw more mana like my opponent here. Blue, black, beautiful. Very jealous. My opponent drew a lot of baubles in that game, where if I had just a single Hull Breacher, that would have won as well, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like last game was a pretty rough happenings. All right, I really need to draw mana here. That's not a Lorien revealed. Or hear me out. I can just draw Flusterstorm, and my opponent who DT'd for Urza Saga can kill me. Just hear me out. Oh, Wasteland. Even better. Now I'm super dead. This is a great example of why Lorien Revealed is worse than a fetch land. Because I can't fetch a basic island here because I need a black mana, and I can't hold open my fetch because I need to get a land so I can play a land on the next turn, right? Oh, what a... I don't know. It's doomed. It's an 8th. Wait a second. We're not playing TFT. This is I don't know. Example of Lorien and Saga just... It's not as good as playing Wasteland. Why, man? Why? Oh, they have a Bowmaster anyways. It's so over. I think we were supposed to win game 2 was the real problem. This game, my opponent is just out-vintaging me here. They should have a much better start than we do. Double on Color Moxen, Demonic Tutor. Basically like a pretty close to perfect start for their deck. There's like actually no sequence of draws either that are going to get me out of this game, right? Because I can't cast this Ancestral anyways. Get me out, man. I'm done. I don't want to see it anymore. It's so broken when my opponent draws Wasteland instead of Urza Saga. God damn it. All right. We continue. Maybe we can redeem this deck, I believe. I don't actually believe, in case you were wondering, but if I say it enough times, maybe at some point I will start believing. I really don't have a lot of faith in these Tinker Saga shells. Even without, like, fun cards in them. Like, even just a normal Tinker Saga shell, I just have zero faith in. And this is worse. So... This is our second bizarre opponent. All right, well, this one, Hull Breacher is a lot better against. We're still going to get our ass kicked, but at least we can be... Okay. All right, I mean, the good news is there's no good news. It's not. It's Franco outskilled his opponents. It's not actually good. Maybe I'm just supposed to get a Force of Will there, actually. I think I'm too tilted. I'm sorry, chat. I should have just gotten a Force of Will. Oh, Aggrovine. They're just going to double pump and murder me? Good lord. So Force of Will would not have mattered here. Okay, I will take a nice cool 14 on turn 2. Yeah, my opponent's playing around my Hull Breacher. How do I win? I think I think all Tinker Saga decks besides, I guess if you consider Beseech Tinker Saga deck, which it does have Tinker and Saga in it, so I guess that's fine. They all are just not up to snuff for the current metagame. Trying to figure out what play gives us the highest chance of winning. I guess there's just no reason to play a Hull Breacher right now, right? It doesn't help me in any way. Oh, wait, I shuffled this away, right? I did. All right, well, Ancestral target myself. Try to draw Time Vault. I have never once in my entire life had that ever work. It's probably a lie, but we're going to act like it's not a lie. Do they have to search? I get to search? Does that help us? Can I get something? Can I get a Vigor? I can get a Vigor? Can I cast a Vigor? No. So if I go Saga, Vault, Key, Op Agent, Maralen, can I somehow save my Lotus? No. Is there a card that I can tutor from their deck that would save me? Vigor, right? Vigor would save me. I would then be able to block. But I just can't cast Vigor. Because I can go Saga, Key. But I need to use my Lotus to play Maralen. Alright, whatever, man. Get me out. Get me out, get me out, get me out. Hull Breacher's actually good in this matchup, but I just have to draw my Lotus in my starting hand instead of in my not starting hand. So I need to play Cut Down for Collector Roof. I need to play Needle and Tabernacle and Sphinx. And I need to play... I guess she's fine here. But, like, I don't actually want to keep all these opposition agents in my deck, so is she really fine? Do I care about holding up Flusterstorm for Vigor? I actually think this is probably not a misstep matchup anymore. I feel like heuristics have changed there. I don't want Ley Lines. I guess I want Dismember. We were 1 minute short of Maralen, Breacher, Op Agent, and then block everything. Oh. I don't think I considered that, but I also didn't think I had enough mana to consider that, so. Breach, what it's wherever that's worth. All right, we're doing this. Post board, this matchup seems good. I don't think so, but I like your optimism. Keep at it. I appreciate that you are in this, whereas I am down in the duts. They didn't tap last turn. Why would they tap this turn? Like, yeah, I guess like if I'm playing it out, I can play it all the way out and hope my opponent makes a mistake. But they didn't even tap last turn. They played around Hull Breacher last turn. Why wouldn't they play around Hull Breacher this turn? Okay. All right, so I'm going to play this Needle and hope my opponent doesn't Vigor it, because I don't think waiting helps me. Because even if I don't play a Needle this turn, and on the next turn I played a Needle with Fluster, I would probably want to play a Tabernacle next turn. My opponent has multiple 5 cards. Even if I did that play, like, and I live a turn, right? It's not winning, right? I use all my mana, and then I just chump blocked 3 things, and I don't even have any creatures left. All right, my opponent has mulligan to 4. I am going to go Underground Sea, Pithing Needle, and hope that is enough to win the game. Survey says... What's this new Bazaar? Has that always been there? Well, I mean, the game was winnable if we drew differently. I guess that's not the same game then, right? Bazaar of Baghdad would be a shame if someone turned it off. I also have Flusterstorm, Force of Will, so Kind of in a good spot here. Till my opponent plays Forest Hexdrinker. Bazaar of Baghdad, Gaia's Cradle. Double Flusterstorm. That's all my Flusterstorms. Okay. Is it new or am I losing my mind? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They can cast spells again. Oh, Return to Ravnica. I guess I would consider that losing my mind then. I'm not timing anyone out. I guess Log can do it if Log wants to do it. Cycle a hollow one in response. All right, I see you, opponent. Well played. My opponent is playing around everything, and I appreciate that. Maybe if I had played Hullbreacher on my turn, my opponent wouldn't have been able to cycle a top deck hollow one. See? Justin sucks. Oof, there it is. All right. You got an oof, there it is. I'm not really sure I'm currently winning this game for what it's worth. Like, my opponent could just play normal beatdown plan, and if I just, like, don't draw the right cards, I could die. Oh, never mind. I drew exactly the right cards. Scratch that. Finally, I have been lucky. I am finally lucky, chat. It's a beautiful day. That was the first time ever in my whole life. I have not once before that ever been lucky. Ask Raphael. He'll tell you. You think you would have played it out? No shot. 0%er. No way. Exclamation mark, never lucky. Powder. 2 powder. 2 powder keeps 7. 2 vigor, 1 vine, 1 hollow, 1 root wall, 2 root walla, 1 wasteland, 2 wasteland, root walla, oof, 1 oof. All right, mulligan. This is not a combination, huh? Time Twister, Maralen. Not a combination right there. I guess we do have the classic brainstorm cycle. Are we really beating a Bazaar 7 with this hand though? Like, we're not, right? We're just not. Whatever. I'll die in dignity. I'll die in peace. Pick me whatever you want. I'll just die. Classic League of Legends quote. If you know who that League of Legends quote is from, write it in the comments. You'll get a heart if you get it correct. Pick whatever you want for me so that we can just lose in peace, is the full quote. They don't make them like they used to. All right. I mean, a little bunch of lizards. Snakes, lizards, no problem. I guess I need to hold up this Dismember in case my opponent gets Hexdrinky. And if not, we can do the Brainstorm thing. Ooh, we have a correct winner. The Oof has correctly labeled Dardoch. TL Dardoch from Breaking Point era. You win a heart if you were a YouTube comment. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't have to dismember yet. He's reformed. A classic. All right. I'm going to just take this to the facial place. And then I'm going to brainstorm in Lorien revealed. I'm just going to give non-basics. What do I need in this game, chat? Is it a hull breacher and a land? You've got to be kidding me. This can't be real, though. Like, all right, it's fine. Not a big deal. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. We're not losing. We're not losing. It's fine. I guess we're Saga Gaming, taking additional 2 when they go to level up. I mean, it's not like they have a lot going on. I can just wait, right? This thing is sorcery speed. I can just wait till they invest some mayonnaise. No. Bad opponent. All right, okay. Wasteland, annoying. Is it actually correct for me to cycle this thing? All right, we take 2. They have a Vengevine in the yard. No oof follow-up. Hull Breacher. Opposition agent. That seems a lot worse than a Hull Breacher, but we're not going to talk about it. Do they have a single thing in their library that searches? What is this? Collector Roof? Oof, there it is. Oof, there it is. All right, well, no Ambush Viper now. But it does stall the board. I guess if my opponent activates this Bazaar and finds a Rootwalla, they will return a Vengevine, and I will be sad. They should activate. Opponent. This is a missed opportunity. So if my opponent has 0 cards in hand, they can just activate for free, right? No problem. If they hit a Rootwalla, they can return this Vengevine. I don't have to click mana now. It's just I'm casting it in the wrong order. If I simply cast my spell first, it'll be better. I think. I don't know. It seems all messed up. I'm not going to lie to you. All right. Is my opponent jamming with this Collector Roof? I think this is a block angle. I don't even have Scheming Symmetries in my deck anymore, right? Correct. All right. I think it's a block angle. Give myself the mana in case I need mana. All right. They've opened up the Rootwalla attack lane. I feel like I need to hold out, chat, right? Like I need to give myself the opportunity to draw one of my 4 Hull Breachers, right? I don't need to cast Twisties. All right, my opponent hit a Rootwalla off of their Bazaar activation. Do they have a follow-up creature? They do. They have a follow-up Hardcast Vine. You mad lad. Am I dead? I go to 1? All right. Well, the good news is we are the more powerful deck, so we can still win this game. Twisties would clear the yard, but it would also give them 7 cards. So why would I cast that turn when I can cast this turn? It's the same thing. Tabby, no good. Keep my land drop. Cast Twister. Come on, baby. Holy shit, that was bad. It's okay. We can still draw Tolarian Vault Key. It's okay. We can still draw... Where are my Time Walks? Do I have a Time Walk? Any Time Walkers? It's in my deck. Have I cast a single Time Walk today? Anyone know? Once? Never? All right, now I think I have no outs. Cool. Well, I didn't expect to lose that game, but here we are. Okay, here we go. We have the 5th and final round of this deck donation league thing. If I keep this hand and I DT for a Lotus and then I go Mana Vault Lotus Citadel, or I keep this hand and I DT for a key and I go key vault stuff. I mean, it's probably a keep, right? We are doing the powerful things. I mean, you keep it, right? You keep it. You go Manifold, Demonic, Key, Untap, Time Vault. You gotta do it, right? Maybe you'll draw Force of Will off the top. You got a blue card. It's fine. No problem. Maybe I'll just play another league tonight. Oh, mono white. Oh, mono white in a weird sequence. Oh, mono white with a chalice on 0. Ooh, mono white with a challenge on 0 and Thalia. This is great. I'm having a great time. Are you having a good time, chat? Chat, are we doing it? Yo, playing Tinker Saga is a trap. It's a huge trap. There's nothing good that can come from it. Are we winning? We might be winning now. If we draw a land next turn, we can play a Hull Breacher and then Twister on the time after. Is that winning? Probably winning. Probably have Solitude. Young Will. So I have no removal in the main, right? So DT for key. Looks like the avenue here. It's kind of our only option. All of our other options are extremely sus. We will not be able to win the game on the next turn, but we can play the key on this turn. All right. My opponent hasn't hit a land drop, though, so they haven't played a 3-drop. So that's kind of lucky, right? So maybe we still win because my opponent's less lucky than me. Pretty impressive. Tinka. Little Tinka. Wait, so Tinker gets us, so I can untap. It doesn't really help us. I mean, we can turn a vault into a something else, but that's not good. I guess we just get the time vault in play this turn, and then next turn we're just good. Even if we get wastelanded, we're good. We just need to draw out of it. Yeah. We got wastelanded. I don't know if we draw out of this. 11 turns? And we can't draw Moxen? we might not draw out of this. I feel like there's a legitimate chance we don't draw out of this. There's like 10 lands in our deck, right? What's the probability we win this game? Chat, if you had to guess the probability of us winning this game, what would you guess? I mean, it would be fine if there wasn't a Thalia Chalice, but 70%, 20%, 98%. Those are some wildly different numbers. Even 70, 98 are wildly different numbers. A 100%? Well, that's obviously not true. And already it's not looking good. No, I have absolutely no cards that matter. Instead of putting cards that matter in my deck, I instead put deck donation cards. I also drew the Black Lotus, so it's not like I can get an Urza's Saga off the top that gets me a Black Lotus, right? If my Urza Saga could get me a Black Lotus, then it would be a lot safer. Okay, that's a good one. So we can actually untap at some point and like make a construct and block too. I think we're there. I think we actually got there. I think we have enough options now where I think we're actually fine. Because we can get a Soul Ring, right? Off of this Saga, and the Soul Ring will give us 5 this turn, which will give us untap. All right. We got there. It was kind of close. I feel like this was kind of close. Oh, I got baited by the Mana Vault. Float. Soul Ring. Oh, wait, this is not enough, right? Because I don't have the mana to untap now. But I can just tinker right now, so that's enough. That was a wild that was a wild sequence. This is fine. We'll just tinker it away. This is fine. This is fine, chap. Just tinker it away. It's very simple, very easy. And now we just play a creature and win. Wow. So that was a game of Magic the Gathering. That's for sure. Definitely a game of Magic the Gathering just happened. All right. Here's the secret, chat. We've got a Snuff Out. We've got a Cut Down. And we have a Dismember. We might have a Negation. We might have a Mindbreak Trap. Besides that, Flusterstorm is dead. Mental Misstep is dead. Gataxian Probe is dead. Yogg is pretty dead. Run like this, I guess. This doesn't exactly inspire confidence, but it's probably fine. Maybe we need a needle not to get wastelanded. Nah, screw that. We'll just go. We'll just battle. Scheming Symmetry X equals 3. Full house acquired. Somehow, I don't think this hand is very good. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it, but something about this hand is... It's just not it. It's just not it. Okay, we'll try mulliganing. Maybe that'll go better. Ooh, okay, all right, okay. Let's get spicy here. There's no way they just like play an initiative creature on turn 1, right? Come on, initiative. Please, initiative. Cleric, initiative, please. Yes, yes, initiative. You're my favorite opponent. Oh, we get to finally do something. God bless. All right, chat. Our opponent has committed the cardinal sin of playing initiative creature on turn 1. Bruh, we are going off. We are going off. Quick screenshot material here. I believe this is considered going off. I gotta figure out how it goes off. Truthfully, I don't know. But it's gotta be good enough, right? Like there's no way that this is not, oh, don't even say the word solitude. Why would they keep in a solitude after seeing our game 1 hand, right? Like, don't speak that into existence. All right, anyways, Black Lotus, cast. Sapphire, cast. Tap Sapphire, tap Black Lotus, opposition agent, leaving a black mana, cast. Cast Scheming Symmetry. Cast Scheming Symmetry, target 2 players. Cast. I search both of our libraries, which probably breaks the game. So first, I search... Wait, why do I search mine first? How does that work? I wanted to search theirs first. Who did I target first? I targeted them first. Active player, non-active player? Maybe? Must be active player, non-active player. All right, so I want to probably get the Black Lotus out of their hand so that I can get a Maralen, right? So I get the Black Lotus from them. What's my best thing? I have to... This is still going just on the top of my library, and I'm resetting it with the next one anyways, so it probably doesn't matter at all. Unless... Well, I'm never drawing it, though, right? Until my next turn. But my next turn, I won't draw it anyways, because if I go Marlin... Like, if I'm scheming symmetrying, and I'm just getting a Black Lotus from them, and just getting a Marlin, right? Oh, I guess I can do a jet first to get an extra jet, and then I can do... a Black Lotus from them. But either way, that doesn't matter what we do, right? And then eventually, I'm just going to untap with a Marlin anyways. So I don't even have... It doesn't even matter. What if their Lotus is in hand? Don't say things like that. All right, I don't think whatever I get matters. I'm just going to put Tolarian Academy on the top of my library. So now we're going to search their library, and Magic Online's going to break. Their hand has a Null Rod? Wait, they chose to play... Oh, chat. They chose to play Initiative Creature over Archon of Emeria, whereas Archon of Emeria would snap win the game on turn 1. Let this be a lesson to everyone in chat. Archon of Emeria is a better card than the Initiative. I know the deck is not named Mono White Archon of Emeria, but trust me, it should be. Archon of Emeria is your turn 1 play. All right, so Black Lotus and Mox Jet. But the problem is getting Black Lotus and Mox Jet, I just get null rodded anyways, right? So does that even help me? Because it doesn't even help me to get Jet here, right? So I'm better off just... Am I gonna lose this game? If my opponent simply plays Plains Null Rod or Plains Archon, don't I just lose this game? What if I get a Solitude? But I can't cast Solitude, right? Wait, I can cast... I don't have a white card in my hand, and I'll never have a white card in my hand. So... Wait, I can get a land, though. I can get a land, right? So what if I get a land instead? What if I get a Wasteland? Does that help? No. What if I get a... I don't think anything helps. I'm not going to be able to cast my removal spells because they're going to null rod me and I'm going to have no lands. And then they're going to strip mine me and I'm going to have no lands. So it's just not going to work. I think this is losing. Though I guess they never draw another card for the rest of the game. Well, I can't. That's not how Solitude works. Oh, I can get a Solitude, and with the Marlin, I get a white card. No, that's not how that works either, right? Doesn't Opposition Agent always puts it into exile? Yeah, that's not how this works. I think this is bad. I think this is bad. Yeah, I mean, we do have Black Lotus, Black Lotus, Merchant Scroll, Ancestral, but I don't actually think that's good. Hold on, let me figure out a way that Marlin can win this game. We can put a land on top and then not use it, and then put a Snuff Out on top and use it, right? So it's fine. And if they attack... They can't play an Archon and a Null Rod this turn. I don't know. I want to do it just because it's science. So I'm just going to get the Black Lotus. Well, I'm not sure it wins, which is the problem, but we're going to try. Maybe we're supposed to get the Jet. I don't know. I will be searching my deck for any card. I understand that. I just don't know if that wins. It might. I mean, they're locked out of the game, right? So... But they have a Strip Mine and a Plains and an Archon and a Null Rod. So I get a card from their deck, and they lose 3 life. Let me just take a quick picture of this here so I remember. Wait, where'd my thing go? It is lagging so crazy. All right, so maybe I should just take... Well, none of their lands help me cast anything, right? But I should probably just take lands because... Or maybe I take the Needle and I name Strip Mine. And then I tutor for a land of my own. Okay, that's probably the best plan. Well, if they play an Archon... I guess it's worse. But I mean, I'm not using any of these right away anyways. I don't want to get a Mox or something and then have them immediately Null Rod me, right? I can't cast Lorien, chat. How am I ever casting this spell? It's not free. All right, we get a Needle. This is why I put Symmetry in my deck, though. It's so sick with Opposition Agent. All right, so they played the Plains. Are they going to play Archon or are they going to play Null Rod? So they're going to play Null Rod. Okay. So this is really good for me because now I can lose 3 life, tutor for an under... Wait, they didn't attack? They should attack. This thing untaps. Because now I can tutor for a black mana and get a Snuff Out, or I guess I can just get Force. So then I just have to beat the onboard trap down to 12. I don't even know if that does it actually. So if I get a Force here and I force their Archon, I go to 6. I get trapped down to 12. If they attack me, I go to 7. And I can't draw. Oh, I can draw. I can't. I have to draw Dismember. That doesn't work, right? That might just not work. I think I have to take my line and then I lose to Archon. No, they can't play Archon, right? They used all their things. Oh no, they have Strip Mine, so they can just cast Archon. Shit. What if I get a Tolarian Academy and then I Needle Strip Mine? Then I can only cast one spell a turn. I feel like I have to get Underground Sea so that I can cast Snuff Out, right? At some point I will take the initiative, but I lose 3 life every turn. I mean, this seems like the line that makes sense to me, but oh wait, I have a Scheming Symmetry right now. Does that do anything? No, right? Because I just get like they don't have anything that does anything because they lost all their stuff. It's not like they have a sword. If they had a Swords to Plowshares in their deck, maybe no, it doesn't do anything either. All right, I just named Strip Mine so I keep my land. Can I skip a bunch of my turns? Can you only? I think you can only skip a turn if it's tapped, right? And I can't keep it tapped. Oh, they're gonna goad me? That's not gonna work out, friend. That is not gonna work out for you. Because I just snuffed this out now. Wild game, dude. Wild game. Just a wild game of Magic. Wow. There's no point in wastelanding them because they're going to never draw a card again, right? So I should just get mana every time now. What's the best mana to get? I mean, I can't cast any white spells because we're null rotted. I guess I can eventually cast a Lauren if I get a Cavern of Souls. Well, Caracas doesn't matter. Oh, I guess you say I could Caracas this Maralen, but I don't need to because I can just snuff them out. So it's fine. They should have attacked. Would I have lost this game if they attacked every turn? I would take an extra 10 damage. I mean, I'm pretty sure my opponent simply attacks twice with this white plume and traps me. It would have been much better and we would be fine. Like we would not be able to win, right? But so Snuff Out and Dismember deal the same amount of damage to me. Yeah, we should not have won this game. Cavern naming human. Oh, right. There's an Archon in play. Can't cast Symmetry. This is a 2/3. Okay. Wait, we might just die to our Marlin, right? We need to get a Caracas out. Oh, wait. They get a 4/1. Are we still going to lose this game? Opposition agent lets me spend mana for any color? Oh. I see. Wait, we're still just going to lose this game, right? I need to get my own flyer, but then we're going to die in the air. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure I'm still losing this game. Wait, why aren't they attacking me? Yeah, my PC is not having a good time here. All right, well, now I need to take another removal spell, right? I'm so doomed, man. So I get a cut down. I'm at 7. Maybe I should have gotten a land and played Archon. No, that's like... Wow, I think I must have played this badly. If I kill the Archon right now and I attack with... I mean, I have to attack with both. Then I just die on my upkeep. Yeah, I lost this game. Wow. I can't even post it on Twitter now. Sad Justin. I'm going to have to hope they block here. Because I actually am dead on board, right? Okay. The game continues. Yeah, this has been a game. For sure. All right, so my opponent gets to tutor here, chat. What do they tutor for? I can't even get a blue card force. If we took Ancient Tomb, I mean, we were just gonna die. Like, we shouldn't have had any chance. My opponent should have just like gone for the throat with attacking plus trap, but my opponent can't cast a Dungeoneer. Oh, but they can just get a White Plume Adventurer and go to the throne. Not any initiative, chat. They have 3 mana. Come on now. If you take a Seasoned Dungeoneer, you die. Oh, I guess getting a force wouldn't have mattered then because of Cleric. Yeah. I mean, I'm doomed, right? Wait, they only hit a Thalia. Doesn't matter though. It's enough, right? So I can tutor for something. I go to 3. They're gonna go to 3. Is there any way I can dome them? There really isn't, right? Oh, Ancestral doesn't work because we can't draw cards. Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of my instant blue cards did anything. Wait. What if I tinker a Sphinx? Do I have a Sphinx in my deck? I didn't bring a Sphinx in. Oh, I can't do that anyways. All right, what if I... No, I can't do shit. Even if I play a creature and block, I don't have a Maralen after. This stinks. I can't do anything, man. Wait. Once I attack with my Maralen, though, then I can draw cards. So maybe we can get our way out of it if we... What if I get an Urza Saga, play an Urza Saga, and play a Archon of Emeria? I can't get a Caracas. I guess I can get a Caracas if I Scheming Symmetry. No, I can't get a Caracas if I Scheming Symmetry because I don't have an opposition agent in play anymore. We are not dismembering our Maralen. That's not happening. I don't have enough mana to do any of my things that I want to do. All right, I'm going to get an Urza Saga, chat. And I'm going to play an Urza Saga, and I'm going to play an Archon of Emeria for any mana, apparently. And I'm going to pass. I'm going to let my opponent tutor again. This game is not going to be determined on time. Do not worry. That is not a problem. The problem is everything else. I guess I could have tutored for an opposition agent, right? If I tutor for an opposition agent, I can replay my opposition agent, steal another one of their draw steps, double block. If only there was a way where I could... Oh, right. I'm just dead to... They got a planes off of the fucking Undercity, and they can kill me with a seasoned Dungeoneer. Oh! Okay. I deserve to lose this game for sure, right? Like, I absolutely deserve to lose this game. All right, my opponent figured out how to attack with a cleric, which is bad for our winning chances. What, there's another game? Oh, no. Okay, maybe we will time out. I didn't know there was another game. I didn't know there was another game. Did they keep in Solitude chat? I don't remember. They did, right? Oh, things are bad. Things are bad. All right, I think I need the Sphinx. All right. Well, now I have to play fast, even though my computer and Magic Online are melting each other. So I don't think we're gonna play another series today with how bad this is going. All right, this is a mulligan. This is a mulligan. What the fuck are these draws? Chat, you look at these draws. You seen these draws? Look at these draws. How is anyone ever supposed to win if they were given this hand? This is... Give me a Tinker! All right, I'll draw Time Twister. I gotta hope on hope here that I draw a Time Twister. My draws have been so bad. I swear. It's not even just because... Oh my god, it's doomed. What the fuck is this? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We don't get Wastelanded, and we don't get Thalia, and we draw Time Twister. No problem. Basic Plains. Not even good. 4 mana. They learned nothing. They won last... Oh. We're just dead. Never mind. They learned something. I don't even have an answer in my entire 75 for Null Rod, do I? I just don't, right? All right. Top deck, cut down. Pass. Oh, I have a Hercules. True. What the who does that? They're trying to time me out. Oh, wait. We're racing? Beast mode. Can't say I approve, but... It's okay. We'll draw Tolarian Academy, and then we'll draw Time Twister. It'll be lit. They haven't figured out that 2 is less than 3 yet. So you're saying there's a... Never mind. There's no chance. If that was like a blue card or a land... My opponent's just going to slam an initiative creature here, and we're going to lose. Thalia, ya boy. Your girl, I should say. Post-combat Thalia. Stronger, agreed. Can't attack into that one. The top deck Thalia to stop my advance. Not ideal. But not attack with Thalia for some reason. Okay. Noted. I win this game. What is it? Come on, come on. I'm just not strong enough. I'm just not powerful enough of a magician. That's what I've determined. I'm just not good enough. I'm left wanting. Damn. I should not have taken that screenshot. That was the play mistake in this match, for sure. Taking the screenshot invoked horrendous amounts of karma. All right, well, I died. I feel like there should have been a way to win that game, but maybe there really wasn't a way to win that game too. Like, opponent having exactly the null rod was a little bit too much. Like, if they had another initiative creature or something, I think we win, but a null rod there was really good. At least we did, in fact, do the thing, you know? It took us until round 5, but we did, in fact, do the thing. I can even clip it and throw it at the start of the video as a good bait and make everyone watch a bunch of Dredge rounds where we just get murdered by Dredge. All right, well, I guess we're going to pay out to the 1-4 believers. There was one person who bet 30 points. Well, do they win all of it? How's this work? It was a 1-4, right? I'm pretty sure it was a 1-4. It was a 1-4. Yeah, Maralen is restricted because it is too bad. They win it all. They bet 30 and they're gonna win like 200,000. Well, congratulations to whoever bet 30 on 1 and 4. That was a good bet. Maralen is so bad it is restricted to 1 copy in the main for sure. All right. Anyways, I feel like this league highlighted a lot of the problems with just Tinker Saga in general right now. Obviously, we put a bunch of bad cards in our deck, and obviously those cards cost us some amount of matches, and obviously there was other problems as well. But just like the general shell of this deck, where you cut the Scheming Symmetries, right? You cut the I can't cut anything because Magic Online is moving at about 0 miles an hour. But if I were to say, well, it's take these, and then you play like 2 less of these, and a Maralen less, and Codex, you're like, it's like 6-7 cards or something. And you put in like normal cards in that scenario, you're putting in like 2 Force of Negations, you're putting in a Strip Mine, maybe you're putting another land. I mean, Saga lost us multiple games of Magic again in this league, kinda. I don't know if you were here, but like simply being not an island lost us games again. But anyways, like the Tinker Saga shell is struggling like crazy. That's not to say Saga is struggling like crazy. Saga is doing very well into the current metagame, but very specifically Esper Saga, Grixis Saga, these decks that were traditionally and have been at some point the single best decks in the format are all under 50% win rate, and there's a big reason for that. And as the metagame is adapted, things have gotten stronger, everything is churning. So that's it for this league. Thank you for hanging out, even though we did not really get to do the thing more than a couple times. Thank you to Senpai, of course, again and always for donating fun and interesting decks for us to play. Senpai had an even crazier deck, a Grenzo combo deck that we were supposed to play this month, but unfortunately Magic Online implemented Mind Goblin not 100% correctly, so it just doesn't work on Magic Online, because when you Grenzo back a Mind Goblin, you just don't get a trigger. So you win some and you lose some. More vintage content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.